How's it going, wrestling fans, and welcome back to Leg Slapper. And in today's video, we're gonna take a look at the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We're gonna see if I can name every single one of the apparently 187 Intercontinental Championship reigns in just 10 minutes. If you're interested in playing along with me or playing the quiz before me just to see how we do and be able to compare, I'll be putting the link to this quiz in the description down below. So feel free to take it for yourself. Let me know how you did, what your score was, make fun of me for the obvious ones that I miss, because I'm sure there will be a lot of them. Do I have much of a strategy? No, not really. We're just gonna see where my brain takes me. So without further ado, let's start this quiz. All right, so let's think here. So Chris Jericho is easily one of the most influential Intercontinental Championship holders of all time. So is The Miz, somehow. I mean, I love The Miz, and I think that if you thought about The Miz when The Miz started, you never would have viewed him as becoming one of the most decorated guys in wrestling history. But hey, stranger things have happened. Gunther, current champion Braun Breaker. Who else? I know Finn Balor held a few. There we go. Well, let's do Seth Rollins, because I think each member of the Shield held it, right? Dean Ambrose definitely did, and I believe Roman Reigns has held the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, he held it all the way back in 2017. So AJ Styles held it. I know Sami Zayn, obviously the guy who ended Gunther's reign. Shinsuke Nakamura, because him and Sami Zayn had their weird heel thing. All right, now that's a bunch of modern ones. I'm debating if I want to stay modern or if I want to go back. I think John Cena has won one. John Cena has never won the Intercontinental Championship? Really? Wow. Okay, well, I know Randy Orton has. Who else? I know Voldemort has. He who shall not be named. Won it a couple times. I know Booker T held it at some point. Rey Mysterio held it. Edge held it. Christian held it. There's a couple really easy ones in here. Like, I think Matt and Jeff Hardy held it. No, Matt Hardy didn't hold it, but I know Jeff did. Jeff Hardy. Who else? That far right row is looking very nice, but the far left row is not looking very nice. So I feel like I should get some old school ones. So let's do Macho Man, Randy Savage. Let's do the Honky Tonk Man. Apparently the Honky Tonk Man equates to Triple H. Okay, let's do the Honky Tonk Man. There we go. Who else was Intercontinental? Well, Shawn Michaels. Gotta have Shawn Michaels, right? If I could spell Shawn Michaels adequate. If I could. I am sometimes I'm just amazed by myself. Okay, so there's Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Owen Hart. Who else? Who else back then? I think Diesel held it for a little while. Razor Ramon definitely did. Whenever I think of Razor Ramon as Intercontinental Champion, I always think of WrestleMania 10, the ladder match at WrestleMania 10, and I feel like you probably do too. Who else? Jeff Jarrett had tons of reigns, to the dismay of everyone everywhere. I think RVD, yeah, Rob Van Dam. Who else was an Intercontinental? This is going great. We're already at 89 of 187, and we got 7 minutes to go still, so this is going pretty well. Pedro Morales. There we go. I'm never going to remember who the original Intercontinental Champion is. I know Dino Bravo. Was that a different one? Maybe that was the US Championship or the WWE Championship. Okay, well, let's think. Who else? IC Championship. Who else would Test would have held it at some point? Yeah, in 2001. Who else? Kane held it. I know that. Did the Undertaker ever have? There's no way the Undertaker held the Intercontinental Championship. Let's try it. The Undertaker. No. See? No. Who else? I don't think Bray Wyatt ever held it, but I think Luke Harper did. Yeah. And there's no way they let Eric Rowan touch it for some reason. Sheamus has not gotten it. Daniel Bryan. Dolph Ziggler, one of my personal favorites. And I think, didn't Big E beat Dolph Ziggler for it? Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Ezekiel Jackson. Current champion Cody Rhodes. All right, we're over 100, and that makes me feel a little bit better. You know, we still have over 5 minutes to go. I'm over 100, so I'm feeling good. Feeling happy about it. Feeling good about this performance. I know I'm not gonna get them all, but I'm feeling good already. So let's think. Did Mick Foley ever hold? He never held the Intercontinental Championship? Wow. What about Rick Rude? The Ultimate Warrior. Boom. Okay. I got a couple blind spots very clearly. Did Batista ever hold it? Batista? No, I guess not. Ric Flair did, right? Ric Flair. Okay, who would Jeff Hardy... Umaga. Yeah. I would have thought it would have been here, but I guess here. So who else feuded with Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship? What about... Okay, so Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan. Who would have won it from... Oh, it's Zack Ryder. Oh, and I'm not even in the right spot. Zack Ryder. Okay. Who else wasn't... Wade Barrett. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news, Barrett. Great. Let's try and think in the mid 2000s. Who was in the Intercontinental Championship picture? I think Lance Storm held it at one point. Who else was in that kind of era of guys that also would have held it? I'm not really sure. And then again, even the, well, we got Roddy Piper, because that's who Brett won one of his Intercontinental Championships from. Who did Brett win the other one from? Like, part of me wants to say Bob Backlund? No, maybe not. Okay. Rikishi definitely held it at some... Okay, I guess in 2000. Well, Steve Austin held it. I know that. No, Marty Jannetty? Did he hold it? He must have. Didn't he beat Shawn for it? How do you spell Marty Jannetty? Jannetty. Okay, I think Marty Jannetty held it. I think he beat Shawn for it. I think it was right here, actually. Or, no, maybe it was 1993. Now we're not doing too good. We're not doing so hot right now. This is not good. Okay, 2008. Who was a big deal in 2008? Big Show. Big Show won the Intercontinental Championship at some point. That was 2012. Way off on that one. Did Del Rio ever hold the Intercontinental Championship? No, I don't think so. Who were, like, some big luchadors? Lindsay Dorado never held it. Grand Metalik never held it. I think Kalisto only held the US Championship, but let's guess Kalisto. No. Okay, well, who else on the main roster yeah, Drew McIntyre held it. I know that. Did Jack Swagger ever get it? No. Okay. Cesaro? Cesaro never had it? Okay, maybe Cesaro only had the US Championship. Wow. This is rough. My Intercontinental Championship knowledge is severely lacking. I'm even trying to think of old school, and I can't think of who would have held them. I got Rick Rude. Did Jake the Snake ever hold it? Jake Roberts? No. So someone beat Shawn, and then Shawn won it back. Did Coco Beware ever have it? No. Shawn, blank, Razor Ramon. And then I don't know at all 1996. Do I have The Rock already? No. Okay, there's The Rock. I'm trying to think of other big stars who won it. Orton, Cena, they held it. Triple H held it. I have Finn, I believe. Finn Balor. Did I write Finn Balor? Yeah. Okay, let's try and think here. 2001. What about... There's no way the Hurricane won it. No, I didn't think so. Man, we are in a tough spot here. The Miz, someone, Wade Barrett. And I feel like there's going to be a lot toward this era specifically. There's going to be a couple of guys that are like, yeah, who was that? Who was that guy? Did I write Christian? I did write Christian. The Dudleys never won the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan, blank, blank, Dean Ambrose. Did Neville win it when he was there? No, he didn't. Wow. I'm absolutely stumped. I am absolutely stumped on this one. Like, even 2020, who held it between Nakamura and Sami Zayn? Did, was Rick Boogs ever that? No. Who else was in that picture? I don't know. Sami Zayn. It's hard to predict. The Intercontinental Championship picture is such a weird thing because it's like, wow, main eventers can go for it, and so can lower mid-carders, and lower mid-carders can win it, and so can main eventers. So it's kind of tricky. I'm not really sure. But, I mean, that's it. 10 seconds left. I'm not thinking of anybody else. We have 128 out of 187. So let's just see what we've got here. Okay, let's start at the top. Pat Patterson, the first one. Yeah. Ken Patera, never would have got. Don Morocco, maybe. Tito Santana, I should have known that one. Same with Greg Valentine. Ricky Steamboat, who I have literally sat down and had a conversation with. Mr. Perfect, I should have known. The Texas Tornado, I should have known. The Mountie, I besmirch Canada, apparently. The British Bulldog, I also besmirch England, or Britain. Marty Jannetty, I was right. Okay, so it's 2 N's and 2 T's. So I was just spelling it wrong, but I did get it right. Dean Douglas, who I should have known because I remember that Dean Douglas had that thing with Shawn Michaels. Goldust, that's another obvious one. Never would have got Mark Merrow, Ahmed Johnson. There's some that, like, yeah, obviously I missed some. Like Eddie Guerrero, Chyna, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, Johnny Nitro, Santino, Kofi Kingston, CM Punk, JBL. There's so many of these reigns. Like, Kofi Kingston. I never would have got Curtis Axel, but Kofi Kingston's a pretty bad one to leave out. Same with Kevin Owens, Ryback, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. Yikes. That is how I did on the Intercontinental Championship quiz. Let me know how you did. Let me know who you also missed. That was a pretty obvious one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.